In the video Why Some Animals Can't Be Domesticated by CGP Gray, the main argument revolves around the concept that not all animals are suitable for domestication due to a mix of evolutionary, biological, and behavioral factors. Gray presents several interesting points about how domestication is not just about being useful to humans, but also about how the animals' physical and behavioral traits must align with the environment we provide. Let's break down the key points and insights from the video. Number 1. The history of domestication. Gray begins by pointing out that domestication is a process that began thousands of years ago, where humans selectively bred animals for desirable traits like size, temperament, and productivity. However, domestication is not just about breeding, it's about selective breeding over generations to mold the animals' behavior and characteristics. Domesticated animals like dogs, cows, and chickens have been selectively bred to thrive in human environments, unlike wild animals that haven't undergone this long-term process. The 5 criteria for domestication. One of the most compelling points Gray makes is that only certain animals meet the criteria for domestication. He outlines these as diet. Domesticated animals must be able to eat a diet that humans can provide. They need to be able to live in environments that don't require very specific or dangerous food sources. Growth rate. Domesticated animals need to grow quickly enough to be raised effectively by humans. Animals that grow too slowly or need too much time to reproduce are difficult to breed in captivity. Reproduction. Successful domestication requires animals that can breed in captivity. If animals require very specific breeding conditions or seasonal patterns, they are much harder to domesticate. This is why we don't have domesticated animals like elephants, whose long gestation periods make them difficult to manage in farming systems. Temperament. Perhaps one of the most important factors is the temperament of the species. Gray highlights that animals need to be calm and social to thrive in captivity. Animals like zebras or tigers, for instance, are much more aggressive and territorial, making them unsuitable for domestication. Social structure. Domesticated animals tend to have social structures that are adaptable to human needs. Animals like dogs or cattle form herds or packs and can easily fall under human leadership. However, species with a more solitary or hierarchical social structure, such as many wild cats or bears, tend not to fit well with human-led groups. The difficulty of domestication. Number 3. Gray emphasizes that even if humans have tried to domesticate animals that don't meet the above criteria, it often results in failure. For example, while we've tried to domesticate animals like the zebra or the bison, their natural instincts often make them difficult to control. Unlike dogs, which evolved alongside humans and were able to adapt to us, these animals were not biologically inclined to be social or cooperative with humans. Domestication is about more than just cohabitation. It's about shaping the species to work symbiotically with humans. Zebras, for example, are known to be aggressive and difficult to tame due to their wild nature and strong territorial instincts, making them unsuitable as domesticated animals despite their potential usefulness for labor. The concept of cooperative evolution. Number 4. The video also touches upon the idea of cooperative evolution, which describes the symbiotic relationship between humans and domesticated animals. The process of domestication benefits both species. Humans get animals that provide food, labor, companionship, or materials, while domesticated animals get protection and food from humans. A mutually beneficial arrangement. This is why certain species, such as dogs, adapt to live alongside humans by developing more docile behaviors. Number 5. Case study: the wolf-to-dog transformation. The transformation from wolves to dogs is a prime example of how animals can evolve alongside humans through domestication. Wolves that were less aggressive and more tolerant of human presence eventually became the dogs we know today. This long process involved selecting animals that were less fearful and more social, and over generations their physical traits and behavior changed to suit the environment humans provided. Gray mentions that this transformation took thousands of years, and humans played a key role in shaping the evolution of the dog. Why some animals can't be domesticated. Despite attempts, animals like elephants, bison, or giraffes have not been successfully domesticated. These animals often have specific breeding cycles, large territorial needs, or aggressive tendencies that make them impossible to manage within the human environment. Even though some animals like the elephant have been tamed to some degree, they are not fully domesticated because they cannot be easily bred in captivity, and their nature doesn't lend itself to being raised for human utility. Number 7, conclusion. Gray wraps up by reflecting on how the process of domestication isn't just about using animals, but about selecting for traits that align with both the needs of humans and the natural behaviors of the animals. The fact that not every animal can be domesticated speaks to the deep connection between a species' evolution and the environment humans provide. In the end, domestication isn't just about human control, but about finding the right species with the right temperament, behaviors, and reproductive traits to form a lasting relationship with humans. In conclusion, Gray's video presents a fascinating perspective on why only a select few animals can be domesticated. It's a mix of biology, evolution, and human interaction, illustrating that domestication is not simply about human desire, but about finding compatible species with the right traits to survive and thrive in a human-controlled environment. This helps us understand the complexities behind domestication and why we live in a world with domesticated animals but not the domesticated lions, zebras, or elephants.